Hi, everybody. This is Merle M. Singer, the Relationship Miracle Worker. Tune in now for Merle's Pearls on Facebook Live. I've been married over 50 years to the same man, happily. I must know something about relationships. And in addition, I have some ideas about New Year's resolutions. I don't know why I'm talking about New Year's resolutions. I mean, like it's the last day, not quite, the last day of the year. And I've been thinking about my own New Year's resolutions. I'm sure you have too. And I'm sure we've each thought about New Year's resolutions that we haven't kept. And I can tell you a story about New Year's resolutions that I have kept. One of the ones that I have kept this year is the one about doing Merle's Pearls every Monday at 8 o'clock. Now, I have to tell you, I didn't start out on January 1st. I started out whenever I thought about it, which I think was around March. Now, that's clue number one. You can have New Year's resolutions any time of the year. All you have to do is say, this is something I want to start doing on a regular basis, and then do it. But like so many years, I have found that it's easy to write a list and say, this is what I want to do. And frankly, I do it. I do it maybe a day, maybe 2 days, maybe even a month. But at some point or other, most of my resolutions have kind of petered out. And I'm finally figuring out ways to make this work. So and I want you to try this because this is what I'm doing this year. I've been encouraged doing Merle's Pearls. And even before that, I started out and got encouraged working at having Monday mornings with Merle and Patty. And that's clue number one. If you want to do something and you want to get it done, have some way of having an accountability partner. Now, Patty is my accountability partner for Monday morning, and she is my encourager for Monday evening. Monday evening is easier for me because it's like Monday is recording day. So one anchors the other, which is the other clue. First, I talked about having an accountability partner, then have some kind of an anchor, something that you connected to. I connect my Monday mornings. I have my accountability partner for that. My Monday evening broadcast, Merle's Pearls, is linked to that morning broadcast for me in my head. And we're talking about my head, empty, full, whatever. So you have links in your life that will make sense to you, and you have accountability people that make sense to you. By the way, an accountability person it doesn't have to be somebody you do it with. Like Patty and I do it together, which is a lot of fun, of course. But it could be somebody that, it could be somebody in a different country or whatever, but a friend of yours that you know well and knows that you really care about getting this project done. And so you make some kind of arrangement with them I'm on Mondays today because it's Monday. Every Monday or every month or whatever you agree to with that person, and say, I'm going to tell you what I've done for this past week, this past month. I think more than taking a bigger space than once a month may not be as good as if you do it a little more frequently. Okay, so that's accountable to somebody near or far, doing it with somebody. For instance, every morning, well, for me, every weekday morning, I meet with a bunch of people at, for me, what's called the lake. And we do exercises. Look, we're in Los Angeles. We do exercises outside every day, every weekday of the year. The other people do it on Saturday too. I don't do Saturday. And because there's probably a group of about 8 of us. Now, since there are 8 of us, at least 2 of us are there every day. I mean, there maybe have been 1 or 2 days in several years when one person was by themselves. So having that kind of a group is enormously helpful. So that's something that if you can arrange that, if you live in an apartment building, or if you have, however, you have other people in some kind of a group together, a neighborhood group, or whatever kind of group that you have, that's a great way to accomplish things that you wouldn't do on your own. People do that when they go for exercising, like they go dancing. If you have a group of people that like square dancing or ballroom, I don't think they call it ballroom dancing anymore. But whatever kind of dancing in any club, that's basically you're using all the energy of all the other people there to do what you want to do, which is to have fun dancing and maybe to get some exercise in at the same time. I also thought of a new idea that I am going to do myself this year, and I would like you also all to do it and report back to me at the end of the year, see how we do, cause I have an online calendar and I really like my online calendar. And it keeps everything in one place. One of the things I can do is I can kind of plan out into the future. So what I am going to do this year is put down on the first day of every month. How are you doing on your resolutions, Merle? That will bring my resolutions top of mind. Because one of the things that I have heard just about everybody complain about when they say they don't keep up the resolutions is that they forget about it. I mean, you get so wrapped up in the day-to-day life that you forget, oh, I had this other plan in my head. I say it's perfectly understandable. And the reason I say it's perfectly understandable is because, so I am going to this year, right, like after this Facebook Live, I'm going to go onto my calendar and go to the first day of every month and put down, check on your New Year's resolutions. That will keep it top of mind. And I think that, and if you try it as well, I think we all have a better shot at making our resolution more resolute for more of the year and accomplishing more things. I think that's one of that's the main thing I wanted to get across to people about, because it's not good enough to have this list of resolutions. I'm going to stick to 2 as a matter of fact. And one of them is to get more business in general. So if you have any referrals of anybody that needs any kind of coaching, please feel free to send them my way. And I'm going to learn hashtags. I think that hashtags will make a very big difference for how Facebook or my 2 programs spread out more. So if you have any suggestions about hashtags for me, I'm interested. These are my 2 resolutions to improve for this year. Review. Get an accountability buddy. An accountability buddy that you do something with, or an accountability buddy that you just account to. It can be live, it can be online, it can be somebody in China, for goodness sake. And if you know any speaking gigs anywhere in the world, I'm interested. So accountability, and find a way to keep it top of mind. I'm recommending that you write it down the first day of every month. Put it on your calendar now, right now. And then you've got it handled for the rest of the year. You will not forget. I think that's totally brilliant. Maybe, oh, thank you, Sandy. Yes. Sandy's giving me suggestions to go on to groups for local communities. Yes. And Alexandra, Happy New Year. And Christy, hello. And etc. But without being too social here and sticking to my topic, New Year's resolutions, I think we've said everything we need to say. How do you deal with the man flu without pulling out your hair? We can talk offline or after the program, Christy. Have a great new year, everybody. Keep me tuned in to how my suggestions work. I want to know about that monthly thing. I don't think you've heard that anywhere. You've heard about gratitude journals and things to write down, and writing it down every morning, of just totally brilliant. But that monthly thing in your calendar, give it a shot. Thank you, everybody. See you next Monday.